Let's face it, your face, your voice, your very identity can now be hijacked by anyone with a laptop and some AI know-how. In a world where our digital footprints are everywhere, the line between what's real and what's artificial is blurring faster than ever before. Every photo you post, every video you share, every snippet of your voice that floats online, these are all pieces of you, scattered across the internet, waiting to be picked up and reassembled by algorithms you've never met. Deepfakes have evolved from party tricks to existential threats, blurring the line between reality and fiction. What started as a novelty, funny face swaps and celebrity impersonations, has become a tool for deception, manipulation, and even blackmail. Today, it's nearly impossible to tell a real video from a fake one, even with a trained eye. The consequences? Misinformation spreads like wildfire, trust erodes, and the very fabric of our shared reality is at risk. Generative AI models scrape your photos, your voice, your videos, then create digital clones that can say or do anything. These models don't just mimic your appearance, they can replicate your mannerisms, your speech patterns, even your sense of humor. With enough data, they can build a version of you that's eerily convincing, capable of fooling friends, family, and colleagues alike. It's not just Photoshop for faces, it's rewriting your entire existence. Imagine waking up to find a video of yourself saying things you never said, or a digital version of you applying for a loan, or even committing a crime. The technology doesn't just alter images, it can rewrite your story, your reputation, and your future. The scariest part? This tech is getting better, faster, and cheaper every day. What once required a Hollywood studio can now be done on a smartphone. The barriers to entry are vanishing and the tools are spreading across the globe. Anyone, anywhere, can become a digital puppeteer. Imagine a world where you can't trust a video of a world leader, a call from your boss, or even a message from your family. The implications go far beyond personal embarrassment. They threaten democracy, public safety, and the very idea of truth itself. When seeing is no longer believing, how do we know what's real? The core question, who owns your face and voice in the digital age? Right now, the answer is dangerously unclear. Laws haven't caught up, and most people have no idea how exposed they really are. Your likeness can be copied, manipulated, and sold without your knowledge or consent. Our most personal attributes are up for grabs, ready to be scraped and repurposed without consent. Every day, more of our digital selves are being harvested, stored, and used in ways we can't predict or control. The internet never forgets, and neither do the machines that learn from it. The stakes? Nothing less than our ability to control our own identities in an increasingly artificial world. As technology races ahead, we're left to wonder, will we shape our digital future, or will it shape us? The answer may determine not just our privacy, but the very nature of what it means to be human. Enter Denmark, a country renowned for its innovation, from the colorful world of Lego to its progressive social policies. Now Denmark is making headlines for something entirely new, taking a bold stand on digital rights in an era where technology is rapidly reshaping our lives. In July 2025, Denmark's government introduced a landmark proposal, a law designed to give every citizen explicit legal ownership over their digital likeness. This means that the images, voices, and even the digital representations of individuals are protected by law, just like physical property. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about identity. Your face, your voice, your body, whether captured in a photo, a video, or even recreated by artificial intelligence, are now recognized as uniquely yours, both online and offline. This law acknowledges the deeply personal nature of our digital selves. The Danish culture minister put it simply, everybody has the right to their own body, their own voice, and their own facial features. This statement echoes a growing global concern about privacy and personal autonomy in the digital age. With this law, Denmark flips the script on digital consent. Instead of individuals having to fight for their rights, consent becomes the default. The power to control your digital identity is placed firmly back in your hands, not in the hands of corporations or platforms. No longer will people have to navigate confusing, outdated laws or rely on the shifting policies of tech giants. Ownership is now clear, proactive, and protected by the state, making it easier for everyone to understand and defend their rights. Denmark is building a legal fortress to shield its citizens from the growing threat of digital identity theft and misuse. This proactive approach aims to prevent harm before it happens, rather than reacting after the fact. By leading the way, Denmark is setting a powerful precedent for the rest of the world. As nations grapple with the challenges of the digital age, Denmark's groundbreaking law could inspire a global movement to protect what makes us uniquely human, both online and off. So, how does Denmark's law work? It's simple: the right to removal. If someone finds an unauthorized AI-generated video, image, or audio of themselves, they can demand it be taken down, legally. Platforms must comply quickly or face financial penalties. This turns user complaints from ignored emails into enforceable rights with real consequences. The law covers everything: deepfake videos, voice imitations, and digital performances. Whether it's a fake politician, a fraudulent CEO message, or a non-consensual deepfake, there's a clear path for recourse. Individuals initiate takedowns and are entitled to compensation if platforms fail to act. This isn't just government oversight, it's citizen-led enforcement. Denmark empowers every person to defend their digital identity. It's a scalable solution for a fast-moving problem. But what about freedom of expression? Denmark's law makes room for satire, parody, and artistic commentary. The exemption is clear: if it's obvious to the average person that content is fake and meant as parody, it's protected. No hiding behind satire for malicious deepfakes. Context and intent matter. This protects style sketches, not disinformation. By carving out space for parody, Denmark preserves vital public discourse. Satire can still speak truth to power without fear. The law targets deception, not comedy or critique. It's a nuanced approach that balances protection with free expression. Denmark proves you can fight digital harm without silencing creativity. If you think this is theoretical, think again. The chaos is already here. Deepfakes are no longer just a futuristic threat or a plot device in sci-fi movies. They're impacting real people, real businesses, and real governments right now, in ways that are both shocking and deeply unsettling. In 2025, scammers used a deepfake of YouTube's CEO to trick creators into giving up their channels. Imagine waking up to an email or a video call from someone who looks and sounds exactly like your boss, your bank manager, or a trusted public figure, only to realize too late that it was all a sophisticated fake. The consequences can be devastating, both financially and emotionally. Deepfakes have fueled financial scams, harassment, and non-consensual pornography, especially targeting women. Victims often find themselves powerless as their likeness is manipulated and spread online, sometimes with irreversible consequences. The technology is so advanced that even experts can struggle to tell what's real and what's fake. The psychological and reputational damage is real and devastating. People have lost jobs, relationships, and their sense of safety. The emotional toll can last for years, leaving victims feeling isolated and helpless. Politically, a fake video can sway elections before the truth catches up. Imagine a world where a single viral video released at the right moment can change the outcome of a national vote or spark unrest. The stakes couldn't be higher. Even celebrities aren't safe. Scarlett Johansson had to fight OpenAI over an unauthorized AI voice. Public figures are increasingly finding their voices and faces used without consent, blurring the line between reality and fiction for millions of fans and followers. Viral deepfake videos have shown just how convincing and dangerous this tech has become. With a few clicks, anyone can create and share a video that looks completely authentic, spreading misinformation at lightning speed. When you can't trust what you see or hear, trust in society crumbles. The very foundation of our shared reality is at risk, as doubt and suspicion replace confidence in the media, institutions, and even our own eyes and ears. Denmark isn't waiting for more disasters. They're acting now. Recognizing the urgent threat, Danish lawmakers are taking bold steps to protect their citizens and democracy from the dangers of deepfakes. This law is a direct response to a threat that's already reshaping reality. It's a sign that governments are finally waking up to the scale of the problem, and that the fight against deepfakes is only just beginning. For artists, musicians, and performers, their face and voice are their livelihood. Unregulated AI threatens to turn their creative identity into raw material for anyone to exploit. Denmark's law protects artists from having their likeness or voice used by AI without consent or compensation. No more digital clones starring in movies or singing new songs without permission. This keeps power with creators, preserving the value and integrity of human artistry. It prevents unauthorized digital resurrections and infinite competing versions of an artist. The law ensures artists decide what their name, face, and voice are attached to. It's about more than money. It's about artistic soul and reputation. Denmark is setting a new standard for creative rights in the AI era. Denmark isn't stopping at its own borders. They want to take this fight EU-wide. As the upcoming EU Council president, Denmark is pushing for continent-wide deepfake protections. Their law is a working model, not just a theory. A unified EU law would force global tech giants to comply, changing the game for 450 million citizens. This is the Brussels effect. EU rules often become global standards. What starts in Denmark could shape digital rights worldwide. If the EU follows suit, it sets a powerful international benchmark. Other countries would have a proven model to adopt. Denmark is using its influence to architect the future of digital rights. Laws only matter if they're enforced, and Denmark's comes with real teeth. Platforms that ignore takedown requests face hefty fines. The threat of financial penalties makes compliance a business necessity. The EU's GDPR showed that big fines change corporate behavior. Denmark is following that playbook. If platforms repeatedly break the rules, the European Commission can step in with even bigger penalties. This two-tiered enforcement, national and EU-wide, raises the stakes for tech companies. The law shifts power from platforms to users, making identity protection a legal duty. The message is clear: respect our citizens' digital rights or pay the price. It's a long overdue assertion of democratic control over tech giants. Denmark's law is more than regulation. It's a turning point for digital rights. With overwhelming political support, it's moving fast and sending a global message. This is a blueprint for other nations facing the same AI challenges. By enshrining the right to one's digital likeness, Denmark champions digital dignity. Our identity deserves respect and protection, online and off. This could become a cornerstone of 21st century human rights. Denmark's move is a declaration. Our faces and voices are not commodities. In a world where real and artificial blur, this law anchors us to reality. Thanks to Denmark, the fight for authentic identity just got a fighting chance.